Smack dab between the town of Stones and the Lake of Merced, you will find Lowell High School. L-Rock is a destination. L-Rock is a people. L-Rock is a way of life where the writing is on the wall. The Washington Eagles descend on today's task at hand, the aviary squabble they like to call the Battle of the Birds. Angelo Ornelas takes the quick pitch, and quicker than thought itself, he blazes up the sideline, crashes into the end zone. Tricky Lowell scores on their first possession of the battle. And on their second possession of the battle, if it works once, we just gonna have to do it again. This time, Ornelas for 21 yards. Then they put the kid in the shotgun, and he fires over the middle where Teddy McCarty makes a great grab and does an even better job of breaking tackles. And it's off to the races we go. The play is going to cover 60 yards total. Bap. Lowell pay dirt on their first two possessions. Washington is dazed and confused. Or are they? I retract that former statement. They start throwing haymakers themselves. Tommy Comer brings the pain with him wherever he travels, with or without his shoes. A wardrobe malfunction is just about the only thing that's going to slow the Intimidator down. James Mertz whistles one in there to Felix Mamrikov, and the Eagles are moving in the positive. And when you are moving in the positive, your destination is the brightest star. Tommy Comer, he got moves! 45 of the most fun yards you're ever gonna witness. End zone Eagles. But that ain't enough to quench their thirst. Mr. James Mertz drops the dime on a line. A.N. Razak getting paid on the money end of the play. Dem Eagles snatching a 1-point advantage, 13-12 with 2 minutes left in the half. Ornelas sells one way, buys the other. I told you Lowell was tricky, and Stevie Rivas is a tricky little devil too, as he slips and slides all the way to about midfield. And the quarterback is making calculations back there. He looks to the running back, then decides upfield is a better choice, and that suits Brandon Yee just fine to the 39. He's got various receivers. Anthony Arias is one of them. There he is for another pickup. But the good-looking drive would come to a screeching halt when the defense dials up the pressure. Comer on the delayed blitz hits you in your face mask. Zach Gillian with the traffic interception, and with time ticking away in the first half, the Eagles are not content to take a knee. Runaway child, running wild. There he goes again. We're just going to call that kid uh-oh. Because every time he gets the ball, it's uh-oh for the defense. Even his shoes can't handle his power as he is running right out of them. On the very next play, James Mertz, and it hurts. Jefferson Bonilla, see ya. Lowell scored the first 12. Washington 20 unanswered. That drive 94 yards in 3 plays, and I do not lie when I say plenty more where that came from in half number 2. First play from scrimmage, third quarter, weapon number 1, Daraj Gurung is good to go with moves to show, yards to earn, speed to burn, 8 seconds, 55 yards, 28 straight now, and a 14-point lead, and he's got fans, man, he's got fans. It is Lowell now who's been punched in the face 4 times fast. Bap, 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 bap. Can they punch back? Yes! No! Yes! 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 One more time in loco slow-mo. A well-designed play. The D reads run. Sean Hill sneaks out undetected. Ornelas lays it out there like Mel Torme, the Velvet Fog. Ask your parents, parents. And Hill stretches out off the fingertips, not once, but twice. Then he secures it for good. The 10th grader with a big sigh of relief and a memorable touchdown to call his very own. But before you can say sassafras 3 times fast, weapon number 1 plus swing pass plus open field equals bad news for everybody not in a Washington uniform. The Eagles increase 32-18, 8:21 left in the third, feathers flying everywhere. Tricky Lowell with the deception. They look one way, throw the other. Stevie Revis doing his thing across midfield into enemy territory. Ornelas with a strong command of his offensive scheme. He rolls, he fires, and it's Teddy McCarthy who had a big day, 85 receiving yards in totality. Then the sophomore QB slings it low, where only Revis can go down and get it. LHS down just 6 now, 32-26. Into the fourth and final we travel. Into the pack goes one Gavin Barry Smith. Out of the pack emerges one Gavin Barry Smith. The kid is rugged. A few plays later, at the goal line, a mass of human confusion. Who can make sense of it all? One Gavin Barry Smith makes sense of it all, and he rides his lineman Ed Asasi like a surfboard into the sea of tranquility. Ignore the flag. L-Rock recaptures and leads 34-32. 8 minutes left in the game, but that's time plenty when you have weapon number 1. You know the story. Here he comes, there he goes. That's the story. Put that in your headline. You want to be a journalist? Type that into your laptop. 273 yards on just 9 touches? That's ridiculous, or incredible, or something. I don't know. My advanced scouts do know. They tell me he's a good bet for AAA Player of the Year and certainly D1 material. Everybody step aside. Weapon number 1, back to the silo. The wash machine back on top, and this time they would not relinquish. They've got that thunder and lightning backfield, except the thunder has some lightning and vice versa. Any way you want to figure it, they are a nightmare for opposing defenses. Tommy Calmer finished with 145 yards on 12 touches. Throw the hands up. The Eagles win a wild affair, pulling away at the finish. 24th quarter points, 52-34 final.
So they jumped out on top of you guys early. What was your team thinking at that point?
Man, I told my team just to keep pushing. It's 0-0. They got the momentum. We just had to calm down and focus. Talked to my coach. He said, just relax. We're going to play our game.
And then when you guys got up by 2 scores, what were you thinking then?
Same thing. Keep the same energy. It's 0-0. Last year, they beat us. We was up 20-0 at halftime. They came back and beat us. It was very disappointing. Now, we had our confidence. Got a lot of seniors. We were just ready.
What the hell's going on with your shoe?
Oh, the shoes, it was keep coming off. I don't know what was happening, but you know, I had to tape it up, get right.